Are you stressed from the ringing in your ears? I know what it's like to feel like you don't have any control over your tinnitus. Doesn't matter whether you've had it for 1 day or 10 years, tinnitus is a sign from your body telling you that something is off. I want to help you learn, practice, and get your health back to normal. It's not easy, but if you're motivated and willing to do the work, you can take control back of your tinnitus. Watch this video until the end because I'll share my favorite techniques for tinnitus stress reduction. This is Pure Tinnitus. Hey guys, my name is Dr. Ben Thompson. I'm a tinnitus specialist and audiologist in California, and welcome to the Pure Tinnitus YouTube channel. Stress is your body's natural response to tinnitus, to something it doesn't know. The auditory brain creates the perception of tinnitus, and that auditory brain communicates with the emotional brain. Your brain then sends a signal to the autonomic nervous system. This is subconscious, you're not aware of this happening. Your body is put into a state of high alert. The job of the autonomic nervous system is to maintain homeostasis, to maintain stability and balance in your body. So this automatic response from your body through the autonomic nervous system can create stress in your body. When your body feels the stress from the autonomic nervous system, that's a natural way to protect your body because it's sending you signals to be fearful or to be on high alert of some unknown aspect in your environment. In this case, the ringing in your ears. So if you learn more about tinnitus, that's going to reduce this response in your autonomic nervous system. Some symptoms that you might feel stressed from tinnitus could involve headaches, having a hard time falling asleep, lack of motivation, lack of concentration, or just feeling off. There's a direct relationship between the auditory system and the emotional brain. When the auditory system has a signal of tinnitus, the emotional brain is aware of that signal. When the emotional brain sends a signal of, what is that sound? I'm scared of that. I don't know what this means. That amplifies the auditory brain further. So that creates what's called a feedback loop, where your tinnitus and your emotional response to it, when they're both increased, they just get more intense and intense together. So I see this with patients who come into my clinic because they come in wondering why do they have ringing in their ears. And after our sessions, especially at the beginning, that's a big moment for them to reduce and calm down their autonomic nervous system, to relax their body because they understand tinnitus better. Learning about what tinnitus is, why it's in your system, and what you can do about it, and how it's likely not going to be something lethal or cause any death or significant harm to you, but it's something that we're given that we have to learn how to manage and live with. We're not trying to completely cure tinnitus, because for most people there is no direct cure. However, there are significant gains we can make in improving our quality of life with tinnitus, and that's very similar to chronic pain. How if you study chronic pain means, okay, I've had this pain for a long time, I can't really make it go away. But for patients who do have chronic pain, there are significant ways to improve the quality of life, and with that comes a reduction in the pain itself. The goal is not to completely remove the pain, the goal is to learn how to live with it, how to take it in stride and move forward with your life, the life that you choose to live. There's a part of each of our minds that loves negative thinking, and this means that part of your mind is comfortable and complacent and tolerant of the tinnitus being there. There's another part of our minds that takes action and that has a positive outlook. So that part of your mind might have the inspiration to watch this video, or the motivation to see a therapist, or the belief that you can do something to improve your tinnitus, to make it get better, to make it potentially go away. That belief, that's the driving force. That is the true you, and that's something that we have to amplify, to fully embody. For you to make significant gains with your tinnitus, you have to come from that place of thinking positively about it, because that's going to make a big difference in the outcomes of what happens. So it's the most beautiful thing when I go on Facebook groups or I'm on YouTube comments and I see things like positive tinnitus stories or tinnitus success stories, and reading into those individuals and why their story was successful, it's very clear that part of it was they believed they could do something about it. They took action in themselves to make a positive change. And in my own clinical practice as a doctor of hearing, I know that the patient, the individual, the client who is motivated to do something, who is motivated to actually go forward, they're the ones who succeed. They're the ones who are willing to put in the work. Are you willing to put in the work? That's what we hope. That's why we hope you're here to learn. So if tinnitus is new in your life or has recently caused a lot of stress in your life, even if you've had it for a long time, you can try a few of these simple but very effective stress reduction techniques. Anything here that gets us in our body and out of our mind is going to have a big benefit on our tinnitus and our stress from it. So simple things like walking around your neighborhood, or going for a run, or going for a bicycle ride, or going swimming. Any of those activities will get us out in the world, get us into our bodies, moving our bodies, feeling much better. Those forms of simple aerobic exercise are proven methods to improve sleep and to improve your stress associated with tinnitus. I also want to mention considering mind-body practices. This could involve meditation, this could involve yoga, guided breathing, anything to really relax us. And there's many great resources out there. You don't have to do this alone. You're never alone, even if tinnitus makes it feel like you're alone, because no one can see it, no one else can hear it. Being on these communities online, it becomes very clear that you're far from alone. Doing mind-body practices can help you significantly tap into your center, the core of your being. And what that means is we're trying to get ourselves out of our head, the negative thinking that can make stress, anxiety, depression significantly worse. And we're trying to get us into our body. So guided meditation, focusing on our breathing, is a great way to do that. Typically, this practice is done in the morning or in the evening. You can see here on my side, I have a Tibetan singing bowl. I meditate regularly and I highly recommend it. There's a lot of resources on our channel here. You can check that out in the info below. I've had many patients talk to me about the relationship between stress and tinnitus. And when I bring this up to them in our appointments, in our sessions, what they share back to me is very clear when I explain how we know very well that when your stress is increased, your tinnitus can seem louder. And we know that when you are relaxed, feeling comfortable in your life, that the tinnitus will also likely come down with that. And they reflect this back to me and they say, yeah, you're right. When I'm relaxed or when I'm calm, I'm not thinking about my tinnitus. But over the last 2 weeks or over the last 2 months, I've had many things change in my life. For example, my mother's been sick, or I just started a new job, or I'm having some challenges in my relationship. So in that way, tinnitus can be this thermometer to make us aware of what else in our life isn't going so well, what else in our life needs some attention. And oftentimes this means slowing down, going inward, focusing on our health. And some of these practices, like aerobic exercise or mind-body practices, were designed and have been tested for hundreds, if not thousands of years, to be proven methods to become more peaceful, to relax into your tinnitus, and that makes your tinnitus much better, and often that can reduce the loudness of your tinnitus as well. So if you enjoyed this video, give us a thumbs up, because if you don't, YouTube doesn't recommend our video to anyone else. You can press that red subscribe button to stay connected with our new video coming out every single week. And if you'd like to get a notification from YouTube for when that comes out, press that bell. It's been so nice being here with you, and I wish you well. Remember to take your tinnitus journey one step at a time.